of events. Now the events are A and B in this case. P is the probability. Now this is a formula that can be derived using Venn diagrams. Now what this states is the probability of the union of A and B. So what is the union of A or B? What that means is that's everything that's in either A or in B. So if I come to this first Venn diagram, that means I'm going to shade in everything. So the union is all of it. Now, what that equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the intersection if they're overlapping, if they're not disjoint, if that's something in common. That's how it would look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain this to you a little bit better. So let's say the probability of A, that means we're going to take and shade all of this. Got that? Now the probability of B means it would be all of this. And if you notice, we had some overlap. And the overlap we had was right in the middle. So that region was counted twice. We don't want to count it twice. So what that means is we got to subtract it off. And that's called the intersection of the two. So that's why you got to take the probability of A, which is all that circle, plus probability of B, which is all that circle, and subtract off the intersection of the two, because it's been counted twice. We only need to count it once. That's why it's only subtracted once and not twice. So in other words, we should have just shaded all of that, probability of A, and then we could have just done the part that's in the B but not in the A, and that's not in A. So, easiest way to think of it is like this. Which means we can now do some examples. And here we go. All we're going to do is take this formula and we're going to just substitute the values in. So you're given that intersection is 0.11. Make sure to bring that minus sign down. Probability of A is 0.33 and probability of B is 0.41. So all we're going to do, I'm going to bring out my graphing calculator. Scientific is fine. I'm just going to type in 0.33 minus, or not minus, plus 0.41. So we're taking the two probabilities for A and for B, adding those together, and we're going to subtract the intersection, 0.11, and we get 0.63. See that? Simple enough. Now to the next example. Just make sure that you're using the correct formula and you're substituting the numbers in correctly. And not where you think they should go, but based on what the formula says where they should go. So we have probability of A or B is 0.65. Probability of A is 0.39, and the intersection is 0.18 minus sign. Don't know what probability B is, so we're going to use this formula to help us find it. So we're going to solve this as an algebraic problem. So what we're going to do is, if you remember anything about algebra, you want to subtract 0.39 minus 0.18. They're already on the same side, and hopefully you see there's 0.21. If you're not convinced, type it in, 0.39 minus 0.18, and then bring down the plus probability of B. And then if you know anything about algebra, if you remember anything, you want to get the probability of B by itself, and this is being added at 0.21. So to eliminate the 0.21, you subtract 0.21. What you do to one side, you got to do to the other. And that leaves us with, because that equals 0, 0 plus probability of B is probability of B. That leaves us with 0.65 minus 0.21, which is 0.44. If you don't believe me, let's just subtract it out. 0.65 minus 0.21. And we are done.